Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a swatch video of the brand new Too Faced and NIKKIETUTORIALS palette. I don't know if you possibly, well, you should know, which is very popular here on YouTube, but NIKKIETUTORIALS collaborated with Too Faced to make a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Nikki, I have been following Nikki for a very long time. She is amazingly talented. Like, out of this world talented. I will link her channel down below just in case you've never checked her out. But she is so crazy talented. So I really do enjoy watching her videos. So I just had to get this palette. This palette setup is a lot like the Too Faced and Vegas Nay eyeshadow palette. I did do swatches of that like many months ago. So it basically comes in like an exact same kind of box and the exact same kind of palette. There was a lot of controversy over like thinking that the Vegas Nay Stardust palette looked exactly like NIKKIETUTORIALS The Power of Makeup palette. So I'll get into that a little bit later as well. Before I start, this palette is $56 and it does come with a sample size of the Shadow Insurance, some eye glitter, a sample size Better Than Sex purple mascara, and a full-size sketch marker eyeliner, as well as the palette, obviously. So you are getting a lot in this box. As you can see, the box looks like that, and it is a pretty, thick box. I am going to do these swatches like I always do it. I always do it with the Too Faced Teddy Bear All Over Eyeshadow Brush, and I'm going to be putting the eyeshadow on top of the Urban Decay Primer Potion Anti-Aging Primer. And in between colors, I always use the Sephora collaboration with Veramona, the Color Switch. This thing is amazing. If you don't have one, you should probably get one. But yeah, let me zoom y'all in to the palette and so I can give you some swatches. Alright, so the inside of the box is a little bit differently set up than the Vegas Nay palette. The Vegas Nay palette opened up like a book and then it had little slots for everything that came in it. This one just had a slot for the palette and a slot for this baggie that has the items in there. So to start with the palette, let's just open that up really quickly. It looks just like this. It has 9 eyeshadows, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter, and it does not have a mirror on this palette. So that's what that looks like. Now the baggie has to be opened. So the bag is much like a Ziploc bag. You just open it up like so. Inside, we have this card right here. It says, "Show us your looks, hashtag Nikki Too Faced." That was not the front of it. Very awkward. The front of it says Too Faced, The Power of Makeup, NIKKIETUTORIALS Glamour Guide. And of course, there is the gorgeous NIKKIETUTORIALS, and she has some little pictorials on how to get some good looks from her palette. The Vegas Nay palette did come with cards with this lookbook, so this one is an actual booklet, stapled. You do get this Too Faced glitter in the shade Glitterily, kind of like literally, but glitterily, and it does not have a sifter, so be aware when you are opening this glitter, it can get everywhere. I would know, because I already got it everywhere. The next thing in this little baggie is the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. It is a purple mascara. I don't think they make purple like in full size. I'm not too sure. In this baggie there is also a sample size of the Shadow Insurance eye primer and a full size of the Too Faced sketch marker. It says, "You're so Too Faced." Cute. Looks like a pen. So that is everything that comes along with the palette. Now I'm going to get into some side-by-sides of the Vegas Nay and NIKKIETUTORIALS palette. Okay, here are the two palettes side by side. In my opinion, the Stardust palette is just a tiny bit skinnier than the NIKKIETUTORIALS palette. They are the same thickness. They are the same kind of like book type of palette. Let's open it up. And when you open it up, here is a look on the inside. Right here we have the NIKKIETutorials, and right here we have the Vegas Nay. Now, I do definitely see where people feel like this palette looks very similar to the Vegas Nay palette. I mean, you have a purple from the Vegas Nay, you have a purple right there, you have these kind of like frosty pink colors, you have a frosty pink one right here, we have kind of this white matte shade, we have another type of similar white matte shade. It's not completely white. We have black, of course. That's very dupable. We have these two matte shades right here that are in the brown range. These two are kind of a little more orangey in my opinion when I use them. We got kind of a gold right there, kind of a gold right there. So they are fairly similar. Now the only thing is that the Vegas Nay palette comes with 12 eyeshadows and the NIKKIETutorials palette comes with 9, and it comes with 2 blushes, a bronzer, and then a highlighter. So, I mean, they are fairly similar, I will admit that, but I do love NIKKIETutorials, so I really wanted to support her palette. So there is a side-by-side comparison. You can decide for yourself if you feel like they're too dupable to where you feel like you only need one and not the other. I guess it's all just a matter of preference. Alright, now enough with the blabbering and let's get into some swatches. Alright, the first eyeshadow shade we have here is called Ivy and is a matte white shade. I really like using white matte shades on my lid when I have like weird colors. It's so awesome. I also want to say this palette smells a lot like the Chocolate Bar palette. I don't know if it has a lot of the same shadows in the Chocolate Bar palette. I probably should have checked. But anyways, this shade we have here is called Sugar Coated. I feel like this one might be in the Chocolate Bar palette, but I could be wrong. It is a very light pink shimmery shade that has a lot of kind of like silver reflex or like silver little micro glitters in it. It's fairly pigmented. The next shade I have here is called Frosted Yum, a lot like Sugar Coated, but this is definitely more silver than light pink. So the next shade we have here is called Irresistible, and it is a gold shade. This one did not show up at all. Wow, that's horrible. Look at that. Practically non-existent. I'm going to go back into the palette and see if I can get more color payoff. Alright, round 2. Nope. Still barely any color payoff. Can you see that? I'm going to go ahead and give it a try with my finger. Let's see if it's a little more pigmented when you use your finger. Yeah, it's a little more pigmented. It's kind of just like a very light gold. I would kind of describe it as like an, not really like an old gold, but it is a very light gold shade. The next shade we have here is called Painkiller, and it is a matte light brown shade. This is always nice for like the crease or like a transition color. The next shade we have here is called Makeup and Chill, kind of like Netflix and Chill, but Makeup and Chill. Oh, and it is a matte, kind of like a darker brown. It has a little bit more red in it, in my opinion. It was a little patchy at first, but once you really get to work it, it just ends up being pretty pigmented. The next shade I have here is called Mystic Hour, and it is kind of like a bluish teal kind of shade. It's kind of metallic-y, doesn't really have any glitters in it. Did start off a little patchy, but it's buildable. Look at that. It's really pretty. Has like a nice reflex to it. The next shade I have here is called Wham Bam, and it is a purple shade, which isn't showing up too well. See that? I'm going to go ahead and go back into the palette to see if I can build it up. Here is with the second pass. Oh yeah, it's definitely buildable. It's really not as purple as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like in your face purple. And the last shade we have here is called Wanted, and it's just a matte black shade. Yikes. That's much better. Alright everyone, so here is a final close-up of all 9 shades from the Too Faced The Power of Makeup by NIKKIETUTORIALS. Alright everyone, so that is it for this swatch video of the NIKKIETUTORIALS Too Faced palette. As far as my thoughts on it, I do feel like it is very similar to the Vegas Nay Stardust palette. In my honest opinion, and I love NIKKIETUTORIALS, I love her so much. My honest opinion, I just feel like Too Faced has the same eyeshadows in every single palette. I don't really own like a ton of Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. I think I own like all the chocolate bars, including the semi-sweet, except for the Sweet Peach. I wasn't feeling that one. And I have the Vegas Nay one, which I do love. I love it. It's so easy to blend. Like, the shadows are good. I just feel like they're not like, wow. They don't have that factor where I'm just like, this is an amazing palette. I mean, looking at the swatches, they just look fairly basic. The only eyeshadow that I'm really excited about is Mystic Hour, which is that like blue teal shade. Other than that, I just feel like these are so dupeable. We've seen them in so many palettes. I don't know. The only thing that really sells it is all of the extras that they do give you. But even then, you have to really consider to yourself, is this worth $56? Considering that I could probably dupe more than half of these shades, especially since, like, you know, like the brown mattes, especially the black. And, you know, they could have done without the black. Everyone has black in their eyeshadow palettes. I don't know, I just don't feel like there's any wow factor to it for me. Maybe like the blushes are a nice touch. They're kind of small. I already have tons of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzers. I don't think I own Champagne Truffle, but I don't know. It's honestly based on opinion, and I really do love NIKKIETUTORIALS. That's the reason that I bought this palette. I want to support her and her collaboration with Too Faced. I mean, come on, it's Too Faced. You know what I mean? So that's completely amazing. The packaging is beautiful. I do love that it has like the gold and it's like a hot pink, like cheetah print, leopard print. I don't know the difference. But I mean, I'm really happy for her. I'm really happy that she got this collaboration with Too Faced. I'm not trying to knock her at all. I just personally feel like you don't need to run out and buy this palette like tomorrow. You know what I mean? I do feel that way about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette though. Put that one on the list. It's amazing. I don't know. I just don't feel like you need to stress out about it. I do know that it's like limited edition. And like I said, it is $56. Right now, I think it is available on the Too Faced website. I'm not too sure if it's available on Sephora or Ulta, but if it is, I will link it down below just in case you are interested and you do want, you know, to support Nikki, like I have. But I don't know. Looking at the swatches, I'm not like, oh my god, like these are just so gorgeous. Like I don't know. I'm just not wowed. I'm not crazy, obsessed, in love with it. I really wish I was. I think if I didn't own the Vegas Nay one, I think I would be obsessed with this one. I think it's just because I was very excited about the Vegas Nay one. I used the crap out of it. Every time I would go out, I would take the Vegas Nay palette because I just felt like it was just amazing. So maybe that's the reason why this palette's not doing that much for me. But yeah. So completely up to you. I just want to show you all the swatches. They are easy to work with. Obviously, some of them started out patchy, but once you really work with it, it ended up being beautiful. So they're easy to work with. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a dream to blend. So, you know, check it out if you really would like. I forgot to mention the balloons in the background. Hopefully they didn't make too much noise throughout this video, but they're balloons from my 1-year anniversary of YouTube, and they are tied to my chair because that's where my mom and my brother tied them, so I just thought I would leave them there for this video. But yeah, that is it for this swatch video. I did get quite a few items from Juvia's Palace. I did order, I think all of the 3 like existing eyeshadow palettes that they have, and I also ordered one that's like a Z palette and it comes with individual eyeshadows. So I will be doing swatches on those, so stay tuned for that. I did get the Nubian palette and the Masquerade palette and the Nubian 2 palette, as well as the Juvia's, it's kind of like a Z palette, but like a special thing that you can buy, and it comes with like a few eyeshadows. So I can definitely do swatches of all of these. I'm not too sure what order I'll do it in. You know, why don't you guys let me know what you want to see first, and then that's what I will do. So those eyeshadow swatches are coming up. Don't forget to enter my 1-year anniversary giveaway. I will leave a link for that video down below. It ends September 23rd. So go ahead and check that out. I did get a few questions from that. Yes, it is international. No, you do not have to follow me on Instagram and repost a picture. That is optional. So you don't have to do that. All the main thing is that you have to be a subscriber and you have to enter through the link. Enter through the link that's going to be in the bio. That's going to be in the description of that video. So, yes. Any other questions? Let me know, guys. Yeah, that is it for this video. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want. That's awkward to say. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stay golden. Bye. Oh my gosh, it's Gracie. Quite a few things from Juvia's place. Was it place or palace? That's so awkward. How do I not know? And I ordered from there. From Juvia's Palace,